In this particular lecture, I am going to focus on the term recruitment and the various things which are associated with the recruitment process. Coming to recruitment, it is basically a process where you identify and attract persons to fill job vacancies in the organization. So whenever we are doing with the human resource planning process, the first step of human resource planning is to identify the various positions which have become vacant because someone has left the organization, someone has basically retired from the organization, or there may be any other reasons by which a person is not there and the position is vacant. So for fulfilling that vacancy, you need to have the right person to be inducted in that. So the recruitment process is basically attracting all those people who are fulfilling the criteria, and then from this pool which is being created after the advertisement, you are going to select the right candidate. Recruitment follows HR planning and goes hand in hand with the selection process. So the organization assesses the appropriateness of candidates for various jobs to make it possible for the organization to get the number of vacancies filled, and this starts with the recruitment process. Next step is to define recruitment. What are the different things that you will find in the process of recruitment? Recruitment is a process of looking the prospective employees and encouraging them to apply for the jobs in the organization. So once an advertisement is there in any source of communication through which people can see and apply, that is the first step of recruitment. On the other hand, job seekers also explore organizations presenting them employment. In simple terms, you can say that recruitment means to discover the source from where possible employees may be picked out for inducting them in the organization. To authenticate that, there are few definitions which are being given over here, like Dale Order defined recruitment as a process to identify the source of manpower to meet the requirement of the staffing schedule and to encourage effective methods of attracting that manpower in sufficient numbers for facilitating effective hiring of different efficient people. Flippo defined recruitment as the process of looking possible employees and encouraging them to apply in an organization and the placement of the candidate. What are the different factors? What are the reasons behind recruitment? The first and the foremost thing when you are going through the human resource planning is to identify the right prospective candidate for the job. Now, what exactly are the factors which will influence your recruitment process? Human resource planning itself. The next is promotion policies. Now, this is something which actually motivates people to go for a recruitment hiring. Like suppose the very beginning of the job is an executive job. Now, if the executive who is there holding that position is being promoted or is being transferred, so that job becomes vacant. There is no person who can succeed, basically go ahead with that, succeed that. So you have to go through the recruitment process. Same applies when you talk about promotions. The next is the size of the enterprise. If the number of individuals to be recruited will be conditioned by the spatial dimension of an organization. Depending upon the type of organization, you will have the right type of candidate. Employment conditions. The employment conditions which are prevailing in a country will definitely affect the recruitment process. If you are having a lot of vacancies which are there, so you will have a lot of recruitment exercise taking place. The next is the rate of growth. The growth rate of an enterprise also affects recruitment process. An organization going for expansion will need regular intake of the new employees, and this is only going to be possible if you are expanding. And then we move to the next step, that is the sources. So for recruitment process, we have either two of the sources, that is internal recruitment from within the organization and external recruitment, that is from outside the organization. Internal recruitment is a search for inside employees having the required abilities to help the organization achieve its objective. This internal recruitment means considering present employees as candidates for opening within the organization. And the very first thing that is being done is promotion. Whenever there is a vacancy and you find the right candidate who is there subsequent, basically who can succeed that particular position, so you will definitely promote that. It is not only going to motivate him, but also inculcate the same feeling in the people who are there. The objective of internal posting is to ensure due thought has been given to the interested employee. Like someone wants to is living in a remote area and he's not there in his present place of work where he is living. So in case of a vacancy, he can come back to that place, and that is also going to give a lot of satisfaction. Job posting is a common method and the procedure for informing companies employed about the job opening and permits those who believe that they have the qualification which is required for the present opening. Employee referral. Why I'm working, and if I know someone who can actually be inducted in the organization, which who is also having the same capability, the things that is required in that position, because I know the person and I know my organization, so I could be the best person who can refer the right person. So similarly, there can be n number of things which are there when it comes to internal recruitment sourcing. External recruitment, despite the benefits of internal recruitment, even then people wants to find a better or a bigger pool of talent. So that is why they go for external recruitment. In this, employment agencies are quite often, you have heard about them. Public, you have the government ones, and the private, there are Monster, Naukri, and to name a few. Then there is advertisement in the newspaper and magazine through any channel of communication. You are informing people. Casual application, like people, I visit a place and I found that there is a vacancy, so I can apply my give my resume and apply there. Educational institutions, again like IITs, IIMs and other institutions, also invite employers to visit their campus and go with a recruitment exercise or a drive. Rating, the process of drawing the employees working in the organization to join their present organization. Electronic recruiting, these have been in recent, a phenomenal change have taken place, because you find a lot of people. So in the end, I can say recruitment is a process to identify and attract the right persons to fill the vacancies in the job or in the organization. These are related with the personal policy of an organization and also its decision about how it will perform its human resource management function. All organizations, whether they are big or small or mid-sized, they are going through these recruitment process. This is something which is going to happen, and you have to go with that. This is the way of selecting the candidate, or basically creating the pool, will be different in different organizations, but the major purpose is to get the best candidate for the right job who can apply first, and thus once that pool is being created, you can select the right person for the job. And there can be both ways of recruiting, that is internal sources of recruitment from within the organization, as well as external sources of recruitment, that is from outside the organization. With this, I conclude with the topic of recruitment. Very soon I will be back with the process of selection. Till then, thank you.